Hello everyone, I wanted to make another sermon today, a video. I'm in the Proverbs series. I'm still in chapter 12. Had a little trouble yesterday uh, with my allergies and sinuses. May be that way today, so just bear with me if you would. But it says, and I may not read every verse of this chapter. It's got 28 verses. I may not read every one of them, but you can. And then you can go over the verses I've highlighted. But the first one says, "Whoso loveth instruction loveth knowledge, but he that hateth reproof is brutish." A good man, verse 2, a good man obtaineth favour of the Lord, but a man of wicked devices will he condemn. Loveth knowledge. There's been people, that doesn't pay any attention or give much regard to knowledge or wisdom, but there's others that go after it with everything they got. And if you want that, that's the way you've got to do it. You got to pursue him, pursue his wisdom with everything you got. I want to do that with every ounce of my being. I want to devote myself wholly to him. I was just thinking about, I love stories, and I know I tell you them a lot. I love examples and illustrations. When I got out of the Army, I wasn't going to church, and I decided I want to go back to school. If I had my time to do over again, I'd probably done a trade, but I didn't. I went to UAH, and so I was a business major. I got a degree in management, in business management. But anyway, I was about 23, I guess it was, something like that. And most kids, they just come out of high school. We took the SAT test. I took the SAT, or whatever you call it, and I made like a 15 in math. But I had to have, for my major, I had to have 3 math courses. I had to have algebra, trig, and calculus. I'd had algebra in high school, but I had never had the trig or calculus. But anyway, we're sitting in there, and most of them was 18 years old. Before class started, they started talking. What'd you make on your SAT or ACT or whatever you call it in math? And they'd say like a 24, 28, something like that. And I made a 15. So I thought, oh my goodness. And they said, what'd you make on trig in high school? And they said, I made a B plus, another one an A minus. And I'm thinking, what in the world am I doing sitting in here? But I give it all I got. And that's what I was telling you just then. You got to give things all you got if you want to do them justice. So at the end of the year, at the end of the quarter or whatever it was, the teacher gave out the grades. And she said I had to curve them up because there was only one true A in the class. And when she curved them up, there was a lady that got an A. But I was the only one that got A in the class. I've seen people, or heard about people maybe that they were going to run a marathon or run a race, and they would be there running backwards for, practicing. And it looked like they're going to swoop the thing away, but they didn't even finish in the running. You can't let things like that fool you. The one that seemed like it's struggling at the first, they put more in it and they get more out of it. So verse 4 says, I'm going to skip down to verse 4. It says, a virtuous woman is a crown to her husband, but she that maketh ashamed is rottenness in his bones. I was thinking about my wife, a minister's wife, mine in particular, and ministers' wives in general. They are unsung heroes in my book because people don't know what it takes that goes into that. Many nights when we could go visit, I did, and my wife, she was good with it. I might get in at 10:30 or 11 o'clock or 11:30 or whatever. Of course, I had to work the next day, but but she was good with it. I've had funerals and weddings and baptizes and things like that. And at the funeral, she cleans houses for a living for the most part. And she may have to miss a couple of houses that day to help me with the funeral. And so she missed money. Baptizing, she had to be sure to make sure I had what I needed at the baptizing site and all that. So they are invaluable, I'm telling you. Wives in general and ministers' wives in particular. My wife, I think, fit the bill. Verse 6 and 7 says, the words of the wicked are lying in wait for blood, but the mouth of the upright shall deliver them. The righteous are overthrown. The wicked are overthrown, but are not, and are not. But the house of the righteous shall stand. May my speech always be truthful and my words always uplift and not pull down. And forbid that I ever hurt anybody with anything that I say. Help me not to be careless. I want not be careless. And, he said apples of gold, words fitly spoken are like apples of gold and pitchers of silver. He that is despised and hath a servant is better than he that borroweth himself and lacketh bread. Some people never reach out to other people, and they get in their old age and they have nobody. You just reap what you sow. If we seek God, He'll be with us all the days of our life, and we will never know the pains of loneliness. I was telling the church some of this last night. You've always got something. I could close my eyes and appear in Africa or somewhere, and I wouldn't know a single soul, but I wouldn't be alone. I'd have God with me. He that tilleth the land shall be satisfied with bread, but he that falleth vain persons is void of understanding. That's verse 11. When things are handed to us, we make no sacrifice. We don't ever learn the true value of that thing. So if you have to work for something spiritually, if you have to work and sweat and cry and pray, you'll appreciate it. You'll appreciate it more. The wicked is snared by the transgression of his lips, but the just shall come out of trouble. A man shall be satisfied with good by the fruit of his mouth, and the recompense of a man's hand shall be rendered unto him. The way of a fool is right in his own eyes, and he that hearkeneth unto counsel is wise. Every man is right in his own eyes, I think it says. And everybody thinks they're right, but they'll say that the truth, they're speaking the truth, but that's the truth. Jesus said, thy word is truth, or something like that. A fool's wrath is presently known, but the prudent man overcometh shame. Wrath, anger, it's terrible. It can be a terrible thing. I know in Ecclesiastes it said, he that anger rests in the bosom of fools. Anger rests in the bosom of fools. I'm in a chair. It's not too comfortable. It's not a sofa or anything like that, or a recliner. But it's a desk chair. But if I was in my recliner I could just lean back, and as long as I wanted to rest, anger would rest with me, as long as I would let it. You got to shoot it away. You can't let anger rule you. He that speaketh truth showeth forth righteousness, but of false witness deceit. A false witness. We need to watch what we say and what we repeat. Words hurt. When I was growing up, we said sticks and stones may break our bones, but words can never hurt us. I tell you, the words can hurt you, and they're worse than the sticks and stones a lot of times. So I was a little scattered again today, but I want you to know that I love you, and I was trying to help some. If it just helps somebody, that just drew my heart. And I love you, and as I've said in all the videos lately, I'm not making this to replace your minister or replace you getting to church. I'm just making it so that if you can't get to church, whether if you're in a hospital or a nursing home or rehab or just in the bed sick, or the coronavirus got you secluded or whatever. But I love you, and I hope this will help you. I'm going to give you my phone number, 256-508-4410. Until we do this the next time, may God bless you.